Alright, so we need to be getting some crowns done here. I think I'm going to just mainly run for maybe the next couple of videos, primary of the original MT2 clans and then secondary of either Wormkin or Railforged. We just did a Railforged one, so we'll do a Wormkin one here. So let's just pick from anything that I'm feeling like doing. Maybe I suppose we could do Awoken. We don't have either there, so we could do Sentient. I feel like I haven't done a Sentient run in forever, so let's just do that. Sentient. Definitely will take Echo Break. You know, I think that Echo Break is better than Fracture in Monster Train 2. Because you often are playing bottom floor, so being able to kill the unit before they can hit you on the back line is critical. Maybe not so much with this combo, but either way I think I can proc Echo Break if I have like Cultivate Sentient for extra cultivates, or yeah, for extra cultivates, so I think it will be fine here to do Echo Break. Alright, really good to start with mounting echoes. Razor Sharp Edge is fine. Animus Speed is not really great with Cultivate, but if I get Cultivate Sentient, Life Mother's Pyre is probably rough, because it doesn't look like I have that strong of a start. It's not a weak start. Animus Speed is certainly fine, but none of the Sentient paths are strong at the start, I feel. So we got Savagery, More Mass, and Revenge, so pretty much the hardest of every boss. I mean, take your pick between Dominion and Savagery, Seraph. They're pretty close, but I think Savagery is a little bit harder, especially in this combo, where I don't really have great answers to the melee weakness and large amounts of rage that are coming in. The best answer is Soul Crushing Guilt and just removing the sweepers with either my own quick units. I mean, Anna's Speed could be a good answer to that, honestly, if I can keep her alive, but looks like we do not have a choice here with cultivating, so, you know, I've always said that with Wormkin, Explosive can be pretty good, but that really means that we need to hit Wormkin banners. There's only one here, and it's on the magic side, which is not super great right now. There is one here. It's opposite Trinkets, though. I really feel like, typically speaking, unless there's a dupe Ring 4 opposite the Trinkets, that generally the Trinkets is a better call, but it could maybe go either way here. But yeah, I gotta say, with Wormkin, we really want to hit Trinkets. Dupes, I suppose, aren't as important since we're Life Mothers, so I could hit this Trinkets as well, actually, but there's a Wormkin here at the arms and the Empyrean Well. So I don't know. I'm like, there are Wormkin banners, but they're after Ring 3. It's also really risky to go into More Mass not hitting a Merchant of Steel, and it's the only one offered right here. So like, I really don't think we can hit this Merchant of Magic. It does kind of suck because the Awoken banners are not going to be as good as the Wormkin banners. The Wormkin banners, literally all of them are usable. Unlike Awoken, but we'll see. Also, Explosive means if we get like a Thorn Hollow or a Awoken Hollow, then Explosive becomes useless if I'm not going to use it. So I gotta say, with the lack of visiting Wormkin banners, at least before More Mass, I guess we're just going to take Bristling. I mean, makes these Echo Breaks pretty bad. Right now, the Bounding Echoes aren't that strong, also, if we're not hitting Wormkin. I don't know, this is a rough conundrum here. Oh, I really want to get a Wormkin banner. I just don't think I can not hit a Merchant of Steel going into More Mass. I know they made More Mass a little easier. He's still the hardest, I think, but I think we just have to go Spikes by default here. Okay, well, we got the Petrified Crucible. Footstool in this combo, I'm not feeling as much because I don't know. I don't even know if I can hit this arms. This would be an arms I would hit, but it's honestly debatable. If I don't have a good dupe here, I could see going over here. And that arms is probably not as good as that. So I think just take the Petrified Crucible. It also opens up Thorn Hollow a bit. But if anything, my Spike Sentient just basically got super upgraded. Pretty good, actually. Now our early game just got a lot more powerful. Still not going to be that good into more mass, but it certainly helps with the wave clear. So I think I should put this here. It's the most protected. This is relatively useless. Just hit that. Start stacking some regen here and we should be fine. Not too bad. Restoring Retreat's interesting. Definitely have reasons to maybe set up bottom a lot of these fights. Except for Savagery. Of course, if I get a quick sweeper, Savagery is maybe doable. Pink Edge, though, is pretty good, but I already got 2 edges. There is a certain amount where there's too many of them. This is particularly good if I get Husk Hermit. But all the other backliners just don't have much health. But, you know, you can get Large Stone, something like that. I think Restoring Retreat would be more if I think Wormkin units were going to be featured. Because there's just no real reason to overstack a floor with the Awoken units. I think that's the problem with Restoring Retreat. It's like a card that the other clans would want, but the thing is, when you have one clan that doesn't benefit from overstacking, and it's the primary clan that has that card in it, then the card just automatically typically becomes less useful. Even if it can be useful for the other clan, it's just like you're guaranteed to have half your units that it just doesn't do anything with. So yeah, we'll just do this. Restoring Retreat would be a lot better in Wormkin, for example. Or even Railforged, I don't know, any of them. It's just actually the worst card possible in Awoken. Well, Echo Snare really not that needed. Could take the Proclamation just for some front-loaded damage, I guess. I mean, I really don't think Echo Transfer is very good in Monster Train 2. But with Awoken, maybe I should still take it. I don't know, I'm just like, I already have Razorstrip Edge, which gives me, like, about as much attack, and doesn't require me to extract. Whereas the Proclamation allows me to do front-loaded damage, which is something I probably need. I think I'm mostly hoping for Sweeper or Animus here. Dualism, though, probably want Thorn Hollow with that in the shop. Nothing benefits from Endless. Okay, you know, with Awoken Hollow, we only have the starter heals, so, and like I said, the Husk has that nice health pool. I will say it's very unlikely that I frontline it for Revenge, though, but that's fine. If need be, I can always love tap it with Echo Break for some other scaling. I'm gonna roll here. Heartstone, I'd rather hold out for a Large Stone if I'm gonna add health. Right, Multi-Strike, really good. Might be open to getting the quick as well, but for now, I think we are hitting other steals, right? Like this one's maybe hittable. And the final one and this one are. But we're also hitting a lot of caverns on the way, potentially. So it's like I could maybe just go Echo Stone. But for now, we'll leave the slot open, I guess. That multi-strike will be really good. Easiest trial. Set up bottom. Easy game, easy life. Perfect deployment Ember. Do that. Take no damage. Hit that guy for whatever reason. I don't know why I used my ability there, but okay. I'm not quick, that's right. For some reason I thought I was quick, so I didn't think I needed to hit them. You know what, it's fine, we'll just heal our way out of this. I can take a hit here, I think. Alright, maybe didn't need to take that 1 damage, but I feel like it's just not worth the risk. 1 damage isn't that... Like, I could argue that unless you're about to die, never playing Vengeful Shards as a heuristic is probably fine unless you're doing, like, really in-depth calculations, Zeknar style or something. You know, if you're just playing without wanting to spend... I already spend too much on any given run, especially when I'm recording, but, you know, if you don't want to take 2+ hours each run, it's fine just to take the Vengeful Shard. You're probably going to be better off doing it. I could honestly just take a Vengeful Shard hit every time, honestly, and I'd probably be better off for it. But certainly at least take a few of them, it's fine. It feels bad, but it's not that big of a deal. Probably better just to secure your scaling or remove an enemy or something. Steel Enhancer is nice because it's pink and it gives me back some health that I'm losing. Of course, if I end up with like an old growth, that won't matter much. Wildwood Sap is like just hardly even better than a Restore. Remember, like, I don't know why they nerfed the regen to 4. It was already at 5, and it's like... but I guess they give the 4 health, but come on, this card kind of sucks now. I think they really need to up the regen to like 8 or something, to be fucking honest, and keep the 4 health. I mean, compare it to any of these Monster Train 2 clans, commons, defensive commons, and it's like, come on. This is maybe the time I take Cripple. You know, it is technically kind of like front-loaded damage, even if it's bad at it. I could also, if I don't need to root an enemy, I can just stick the Reap on a boss. It'd be good into more mass, because I can get some dot on him. I think it's fine. So I could really go either way here. We really don't need another unit, though I suppose instead of Spike Sentient, I still might prefer either Hollow, to be honest. Spike Sentient just doesn't have much upside. I wish they would have added like something for it, because it's just such a boring path, right? Like some sort of ability would have made sense on the Spike path, I feel. But hey, we've got plenty of updates. Like, I'm just complaining at this point. I don't know. Like, plus damage on proc is alright. Cost reduction, Razor Sharp Edge is alright. I guess Consumer Move or Double Stack and Cripple is takeable. But none of them are that good. And I'm like, so it's like, still has the floor of generally not finding any of the big upgrades that I want. At least I can still cost reduce and add some damage. So there's always that. The Awoken Banner could be a brick. If it's any of like the Sweepers or Animus Will, I'm not going to pivot to using them, right? Whereas if I go to the right, similar to the guaranteed Ember reduction and whatever, I can at least get the guaranteed health. At the Merchant of Arms, I feel like there's definitely some rooms that might benefit us. BT Blade would be really good. Even an equalizing rings could be acceptable on the Sentient. It's not the greatest, but it's something. Old growth would be god tier. That would solve a lot of my problems. Even like Infernorim, as weird as it is, could work. Just because Savagery, it's like, I don't know that I can set a bottom. You usually have a rough time with the... It's like, we're not a clan that has stealth or damage shield. We have some serious issues in the Savagery. But I don't know that Merchant Arms necessarily helps with that much. Also, just the healing room would be nice. I honestly think we go to the right. You know, I don't know how much of an upgrade the Hollows are over Sentient. It is obviously an upgrade, but is it a giant upgrade? I don't know. Maybe not. Not when I only have the restores for cultivates. I'm not cultivating that much even. So, I don't think Merch of... There's more upside with this Arms. There is obviously full brick chance, but even like a quick dagger could be okay. I think we go to the right. Void Armament. Ooh. That is not what was on my bingo card, but I suppose I should take it. I suppose I should take it. Should take it before the alcove too, because it's worth grafting onto Husk, even though it's super fucking risky, especially into more mass. I mean, I can use it to just remove cards into more mass if I need to. I could also argue though, if I'm dying with Husk Hermit, aren't I just dying? I mean, I could still finish him off with proc, but at the same time, I don't know. I think we take it though. Risks must be taken. Dude, am I a genius or what? We already know how bad random equipment can be, so we're absolutely just getting the Void Armament on this thing. Okay. Take that health. Reroll here, I could technically afford 40, I guess, but so I can afford 2 of the things if they're common, or uncommon, I mean. I don't know. I think I just keep this gold. If I keep the gold, it allows me to go to the trinkets if I want to, coming up. And I gotta say, with this thing innately having another multi-strike, I have to imagine that we're fine. Now, I will say on this fight I should set up top, especially with this Void Armament. I know that I believe there's Scourge Shufflers in this fight. I honestly can't remember now that they reworked the waves, but I think there is Scourge Shufflers. I could be wrong on that though. Either way, we gotta set up top. Put you there so you can protect that. That's right, they have like a really weak first thing here, so no worries there. Honestly, I should probably just hit this thing twice. Oh, that could be risky though. If I hit it again, I actually die, right? So we obviously don't want that. Yeah, we can't hit it again. We'll just do this. And we'll just let every Vengeful Shard hit us if we don't have anything better to do. Okay, we just knocked off like so much of this guy's stuff here. So put one of these here. Would it be weird if I just did this? I don't think so. I know this guy dies, but whatever. So he's down to 19. We want to soul cripple him. He's coming back up next round. I think we should take one of these out. can I get this guy above 19? I can, and then we just kill this. And we're barely living here. This is why I said we gotta definitely fucking go up top. And this fight, even with these easy waves, is actually just so hard simply because I'm more mass. It's definitely easier than it used to be, but my god, it is certainly some shit. This ain't good. I need to maybe save these as blockers. Man, this is rough. At the same time, let's see. Well, I'm not really going to redraw here. I was like, I could make the redraw better. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to see these. I want to see restores, I think. Man, this is really iffy. And this, at least this guy's down to 7 now, so like, I think we're good on that front. I definitely got to spam as much regen here as possible. Might as well let him hit me at this point for the revenge as well. I think we're good. It's going to be slightly close here, but pretty sure we're good. Should I do this? I think I should just take these out and limit the amount of damage coming in initially. Plus I added more echoes there to get that proc there. Okay, you're living. That's what we like to see. Alright, we get through it. Worried about my tank though. If that guy's already dying there. It's not like he actually gets that high of heart. That's another thing. Ascension's spike stats just don't keep up with the Monster Train 2 numbers. Well, this sucks. 3 very situationally good cards. We are not in the situation where they're good at all. There's really nothing I can think of that Adaptive Mutation works with in this combo. And then Echo Bloom. Pretty useless if I'm not going to have reasons to extract. I mean, I already have pretty good, actually, echo generation. I was really hoping for, like, even like a Perfect Insanity or something here would be so good. But, it would actually also be finally a deck where the card where you pull all your echoes into flat attack scaling would have been really good too. Even the doubling your buffs card would be good because I could double the spikes on Sentient, but yeah, this sucks. A lot of this just depends speculatively if we're getting offered an egg or, you know, just some of the Wormkin unit. I will say if I can get offered a Carver or even a Keeper, that's better than Sentient. It's very likely Sentient becomes a throwaway. But if I'm not offered them, but I am offered an egg, Echo Bloom still is, like, maybe okay. Obviously, Incubation... I mean, the thing that... I could also argue that Incubation is pink, so even if I don't get an egg, but I do get a Carver or whatnot, it's still, like, okay. But if I brick and don't get any of the good Wormkin units, or any Wormkin unit, really, other than First of Kin... Even First of Kin technically benefits from accelerated incubation. But if I get a First of Kin, I'm not taking it. It's just not going to be something I take. It's not a better tank than Sentient. I'm looking primarily for a good tank. Or some utility unit like Keeper where I can, you know, just kind of turn it into a tank that scales everything. I don't know. Echo Blooms is really tough to take. Because I could just brick everything with it. I also don't even know what I'm doing with my upgrade. I kind of want to take Draw. I kind of want to take Draw. I think I will take the... Man, I don't want to take it. Honestly, should just skip here. I think I'll take Echo Bloom, though. Of course, we get only the egg. I mean, there's First of Kin as well. I don't know, man. It's not really that good here. I mean, it does fit on the floor of Ascension. I guess we take it. I don't really know what it's doing yet. Definitely need to get some equipment again. So maybe that other Merchant Arms is happening. I think we go draw if we're going to hit a lot of magics. Hit that one for sure. One. It's just not enough cost reductions for me to take a draw upgrade, I think. I think I just got to take an Ember upgrade here. Even though I don't need it for deployment, really. And I don't know. It's just like, I feel like we're in doubt. Therefore, we take Hell's Flame. I could actually see reasons to go either way here because I'm not super happy about my floor setup right now. Like, if I could get a Carver or a Keeper of Echoes, that would be so damn good. Even just getting some upgrades on the flies would help, especially if the steals are just so late, right? Of course, if I go left, I don't need the Pyre Health, so that's a brick. I get extra money for the trinkets. Theoretically, there are good Wormkin artifacts, but I gotta say, the last few Wormkin runs I've done really, just have not actually given me them. But I haven't seen Karuska in ages, for example. And it's not even that good here. Do I even have any... the Proclamation is like the only card right now that even does anything with it. Hardened Hole could be good. Encased Ember, I guess, could be good. Encased Divinity. I don't know, though. Given that the good Wormkin artifacts may not even be that good for me. They'd mainly be good if I get some more Wormkin units. I actually think we go to the right here. Caverns, hit or miss. I still need to, maybe get quick on Husk. Or just a Large Stone. If I do Large Stone, I'll just say fuck it to the eggs and not use them. At least I won't use them. I can still hatch them on a different floor and bring them down, I guess. That's what the Echo Bloom will be for. I mean, Echo Blame single-handedly hatches these things, so something we could do. Yeah, we go to the right. Titanite and Smidgestone. Smidgestone's interesting. We really hope for Keeper now. The worst possible ones I could get here. Well, the only question now is our children learning? You had to know it was coming. Anyway, first of kin, I mean, I don't know. We got some consumables. I could Smidgestone it. And then Titanite it. And then maybe it becomes a better tank than Sentient. Or maybe a good backup tank when Sentient dies. Man, I really wish I could make use of this Titanite. It's looking like I can't. I mean, I could technically put it on Husk Hermit, who is having a Void Armament on him, which is so risky, and he won't have the any health upgrades then. And I even remove health somewhat with a Razor Trip Edge. I replenish it every now and then with Steel Enhancer, but man, forgive me if that doesn't sound super risky to me. First of kin, I mean, a 55 health unit, but even 55 health with Titanite right now, I don't know. It's rough. And first of kin, I mean, they did upgrade this hatched Rhino to basically be an Animus of Will, but I already have a unit that's hitting a lot. The nice thing about the flies is they hatch faster, and I can kind of shift those flies around if need be. They also just can, if I can get some good equipment. I should have maybe rolled for BT Blade at that arms. I don't know. I liked having the gold coming in here, though. I don't think that we're taking these. That sucks. I really would have wished for mainly Carver and Keeper, but I feel like 2 out of 6, 2 choices out of it. It's like, I don't know, close to 50-50 to get that. I think it's above 50-50, right? Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're not really going to take these. I'm okay adding health here, I suppose. Okay, we got the quick at least. I'm pretty happy with that. That gives me a little more flexibility. It sounds like we might be hitting that other Wormkin banner, so yeah, we're going to hit this. So the thing is, the trinkets just aren't that good if I'm not going to have Carver or Keeper. So it's catch-22, right? So I might as well go left here, get the dupe. At the arms, we can search for hopefully something good, something for our egg maybe, and who knows, maybe we get a Keeper or a Carver, which can replace Sentient, because Sentient's really not doing anything for us. I could also just spend 20 bucks to get some damage on these flies, which I think would be good. Might as well go with the front-loaded damage, though, because once we're to a point where there's echoes on the floor and these things are already hatched, we're kind of already good to go. What I need is just some help if I can't scale fast enough. So I might as well take the flat damage. Now we could flex cultivating here. It could be good, and then it becomes a little awkward to have the eggs on the floor, though. Because then they'll steal cultivates, and then they'll, at a certain point, they'll just start alternating cultivates. Which is not the worst thing in the world, but it definitely would rather have that just getting on a husk. Or I can just get a little more health and a lot more spikes. Actually, it's not even that much more spikes. It's like, yeah, maybe that... Bristling just has a lot of stuff going against it. It's like, well, you start with 15 spikes, and you only get 10... Like, you don't even get a rank 1 worth of spikes when you level up. And then the health is just mildly more than if I flexed into the other path. Plus, I'd get an extra draw. So shouldn't I actually just do cultivating? Even with the Petrified Crucible, it's like, well, whatever. Like, we're talking 30 damage when I'm already a quick sweeper at this point. And, so, you know, obviously being quick doesn't help with the cultivate, but even then, it's like, I get a draw 1 every turn. Come on, bristling sucks. Alright, let's do this. I should still hold this money, I think. So now I got my draw upgrade. Mark of Invasion should be easy. I will say, this boss, obviously you don't want to set up top against, but we are so hyper scaled at that once he gets here, we're going to be absolutely fine. So we can just set up top here. Put these guys in the middle. It's the quick is so nice. Might as well hit that guy. Alright, you'll be getting hit with some stuff, huh? I guess we should do this here, though, just for the pink. Almost hatched him. Alright, we definitely got to stack that. I may want to do this as well. But if this guy's hatching, maybe that's just better there. I think that solidifies a lot of stuff for us. Forgot to use my ability, I don't think it'll matter. So yeah, when we draw this late, I mean we can still play it, but it's not going to win out over these restorers, come on. Maybe just get some echoes on the other floor. Maybe I don't know. You never know. I guess it only really has the echo break. So I'll just delete them all, and we should be good to go. Here, we can do this here. Nice. Flies do more damage. Hey, you got killed by the fly. The Lord of the Flies. Don't have actually that big of a bramble lash either. That being said, it is front-loaded damage, even if it's just 150. Be nice if it synergized with Crucible, but it doesn't. You know, then it'd be easy take if it's doing 300 damage. But yeah, I don't know, 150. Maybe in some cases I get a cycle of life or something, and I could get more, but 150 is just kind of barely helping with the tanks. Honestly, once I play a few Razor Sharp Edges, the husk will clear everything. I don't even know if the Pyrogrow is that worth it. Comes with a Calcified Ember. I don't have any draw cards to like counteract it right now. I think this is an easier card to take when you got Root Seeds. This would be easier to take also if I had taken a draw upgrade. And then Engraft doesn't have any hits, so it's like, I don't know. Pyrogrow is pink for what it's worth. I think we still maybe take this Pyrogrow. I don't know. Certainly there are turns where I wish I had even one more Ember, and it could open up future cards that are more expensive, because right now taking some expensive cards could be a little tough. It definitely opens up a future draw upgrade, which I want to take. Alright, we could take the Accelerated Incubation, I think, if it was pink. If it's not pink, I don't know. We're often hatching by turn 1 or 2, so really no need for it. Broken Memories also is not really giving me back anything other than, I guess, Soul Cripple, but yeah, we'll skip this. Right, we are going left, and we are hoping. Oh, Old Growth. Okay, now it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I get. I'm good. I'm good. Glareminder. No reason not to take it. Sure. Interesting. Definitely taking that. Now, I did just add... This makes the Hell's Flame a little bit better, too, because now I got, you know, stuff I can do there. Weapons Cache. I was thinking, like... I still only have, what, 6 Deployment Embers, so we already got 3 for sure. And then it's like... I guess I could do... Since we're putting 3 units on the floor, I could take this Weapons Cache. I mean, it draws the Old Growth out anyway. But I'm like, if I'm only getting Old Growth out right now, so... And obviously I don't really need this Quick Dagger. I mean, I will say this. The Quick Dagger, it's not too bad in the sense that I could just put the Fly Egg behind the husk, and then the fact that it's quick is fine. As long as the husk is the first unit attacking, then I have the Swissfield Dagger on the egg initially, and that will hatch with it. So it has that extra 15 attack. For 40 bucks, that's worth it. And it being quick is still good. Like, in the first few waves, perhaps, where husk won't actually be necessarily full clearing the wave, especially if I bottom deck Razor Sharp Edges. And, you know, in those cases, having the fly still able to kill the enemy before they hit me would be helpful. Now, I will say, the one thing we got to be careful of here is still savagery. I think we will set up bottom, because now we're never going to get killed by these sweepers. So I think we're good there, but is that correct? I mean, it's still 50 health I got to deal with at the start. How much damage? Yeah, I mean, I'm 23 by 3, so I kill that thing. I'm good. So I think we do that play then. We'll do that. And then I can, I guess, we don't have to deploy yet. I could reroll here. 75, 75, sure, let's do it. Alright, not super worth, but okay. So we'll deploy weapons cache. We get both of these out. Initially, it's also cheaper than deploying the Echo Bloom. Only other thing here is I could add a glass cannon, I guess. I don't really know what that does for me. I could add the Fight Club maybe, because Echo Bloom is not really... I don't know. I guess it's still serving the same... In some ways, it's serving the same purpose as a Fight Club. I feel like the Fight Club might be worth it. Am I crazy for thinking that? Because I got eventually 4 units on the floor. And one of them strikes 3 times. So... just kind of makes sense to me. That it would actually be pretty positive. It's better than the Echo Bloom, I think. Unless I'm using that to hatch. Okay, so... Could also dupe old growth? Man, you know, if I was thinking more, maybe I just wouldn't have re-rolled there. Or even not take... Man... Because I took 40 for... So I was only at 60, so I couldn't have merged, but... Maybe I just should have not re-rolled and hit the merge, and... Then I could just dupe... If I would have been thinking more along the lines of maximizing this dupe's value, I should have just not re-rolled, put the old growth and the dagger together, because why not? It's going to be -2 anyway, and then I have a dupe target, and I get that... I mean, it's weird. It is weird to have quick on the... I don't know. Maybe it's not that good. Yeah, come to think of it, I'm okay with this, because that's not that good, right? It's like, okay, I'm putting it on, I guess... Because I obviously want the old growth on the Sentient, so... It doesn't really benefit from being quick. In fact, it doesn't benefit at all if it's going to be the frontliner from being quick, but... Yeah, I think this is fine, because I could have got like a BT Blade... which would have been really good on the Husk. I think I was okay. We were okay to re-roll there instead of merging. But I gotta say, I don't really have a super clear dupe. I'm kind of leaning toward just a pink razor sharp edge. The other option would be old growth if we think we need to add health to Husk for whatever reason. Which honestly, I don't know. We could end up. We can't face the corruption guy, right? Because he's ring 4. So. We're only looking at the Reanimator, who I think will crush. Yeah, I don't think I need another old growth. I think it's just pink razor sharp edge for now, which is this one. Almost clicked the wrong one. -1 per turn. I guess we can take that. It's a really easy boss. For this fight, do we set a bottom? I think so. I think we still want to set a bottom. Even though it's not necessarily like super necessary here. So if the Ember downgrade, we're unable to play Glareminder, but normally we will just play a Glareminder. We should put the Animus' speed down, whatever. Okay. So far, Bounding Echoes has not really been doing a whole lot. Glareminder, you go up here. I'm just gonna do this. I do have, if I can ever get some money, I can also just spend money on dupes as well. Actually use my pyre. Crazy of a thought as that is. I don't want to overestimate my position here, but I feel like I can play this Calcified Ember. Yeah. A little bit of sap is worth those. Ha. Do need to get rid of a spear steward, it looks like. Give him this too. Alright, very easy fight. Oh my gosh. No challenges were had. I mean, that group is just like objectively easier than the last group. I still think, like, on many levels, I gotta say, the rings 4 waves to ring 5 waves probably should get looked at. I don't know. Because I do like, by the way, I mean, I'm being critical, but honestly, it's like, the devs have been so good at like constantly reviewing and changing things. As you can see, they made pretty good changes to the Fleshweaver waves. So I'm like, it's more of just I'm greedy for more optimizations. And honestly, I feel like it would be a little bit more optimal if Ring 5 waves were maybe a little tougher. Even the bosses, I mean, the only boss that can even pose a challenge to you is the reanimate one, but honestly, I think most of us, after you've played for a while, kind of love the reanimate one, simply because it wouldn't matter in this run, but in a lot of runs you have perma-scaling based on Slay or Harvest or something, or even Revenge, or Strike, whatever, pretty much anything, right? And it just benefits from that boss so much, and you can even be really greedy and go like top floor, and just get so many stacks of whatever stack you need. But, you know, tangent aside, I gotta say the wave, you know, the bosses, really just a Titan skin one probably should be a little bit harder, but the waves in particular, it's like, because there's such a one-to-one comparison you can make with a lot of the waves of these fights compared to the Ring 4s, the Wave 5 compared to the Ring 4s, and it's like, they honestly feel like almost just easier. Like, it's like if I went to Ring 5 before I went to Ring 4, in a lot of cases I would actually have an easier time. I'm not even kidding you. Okay, a pink and graft I think we take. Restoring retreat doesn't really make sense unless we want to get the Glareminder to survive on the floor, which I guess could be fine. It's not really going to survive on its own come late game in the Seraph, and Strixen Hall I'm not worried about, but Seraph I'm still a little bit worried about. But I don't know, Glareminder's not that important. He's just kind of there. I don't benefit that much from echoes at the moment, past my initial hatch. Sure, I get some extra damage on these flies, but it's not a big deal. So, I don't know. As a Calcified Ember as well, and it's not pink. That's a lot going against it. Take the graft. Guilt. Gotta take Guilt. Obviously, it received multiple nerfs from Monster Train 1. It costs Ember now, and it does less dazing. And it's not pink, and it has a Calcified Ember, but I gotta tell you, there's no question about it here. That is absolutely the card we want. This solves so many problems that we've been having, potentially. Like, I feel way better having that in my deck now. Obviously, we go to the right. Now we can make use of pink stuff. Maybe I want to keep Glareminder alive now, right? I don't think we'll need to. Oh my gosh, and we got double stack on it. I could technically hold it over, too. Honestly, that doesn't seem like a horrible idea. We got double bounding echoes, which makes this like a pretty good play, I feel. If I were to hold over something else, what would it be? And graft, I guess, is fine since it's pink. But I gotta say, I like this holdover. That, especially now with a Glareminder, I can run it on multiple floors at that point. Seems really good to me. We could zero cost this, I suppose. That way I can, if I don't know, maybe I end up with, at some point, the Ember Drain equipment, and I could be a way out of it. Do we want to search down anything? At 250 gold, I do have still full card duplicator pricing, or low pricing, that I could do. I gotta say though, this deck definitely wants some more healing. I will say that. But yeah, for 20, I think we should do this. Maybe the proc. I kind of want to do 10 on the proc, and maybe I need to like replay it a few times. Don't think we need that. Intrinsic, it's pretty expensive for... I don't know though, like honestly the razor sharp edge it could be okay on. I think we do it on the razor sharp edge, one of these pink ones. 10, I think I want on that proc. Now I feel like we got a lot of answers covered here. Maybe I should have thought more about this dupe again, because I honestly didn't really play thinking for the dupe, I just played thinking about what was strong. I think it'd be overkill to dupe the Soul Crushing Guilt. Honestly, I'm almost tempted to frickin' do a restore. It's like how good that card is for me right now, actually. But I'm thinking maybe the Razor Sharp Edge, because then I just get a ton of damage right off the bat, and it's pink, so it can help me hatch eerily if I want to, and typically I would. Bounding Echoes is also an option. I think Bounding Echoes would be if I'd taken the other egg, then I really needed to get going on those, but this egg is so easy to hatch. Like, I think it is just the Razor Sharp Edge for now. We're gonna love to have that damage for sure. For this fight, I wish I could. Dude, I'm so bad. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm older or what, but like, I feel like with Monster Train 1, I memorized the waves of every single boss in the game. Granted, it helped that I made a guide on it, I guess, which required me to actually research them. Maybe I just need to do that. I do kind of, I don't know. I know those guides I make are like, I don't know, they're just very amateur, right? It's just a PowerPoint, but I did have fun making them. I don't know if they're like actual good content though. Let me know if you think they would be. I would still do the old like PowerPoint format, I guess, because I don't know, that's just how I know how to do it. But I guess if I did like a guide on these bosses, which maybe I should do, it would actually help me in the long run, because like honestly I can't tell you off memory, and I'm too lazy to even look up the wiki right now, but like I can't tell you if there's reasons for me to set up bottom, because I don't remember if there's like Scourge Shufflers and whatnot in this. The only one I really remember is like it is useful to do it on the bottom on the repeater or the looper variant, because they have those quick enchanters, but I feel like there's like a 50-50 chance that there's a good reason to go bottom. I think we just go bottom. I think when in doubt, go bottom in Monster Train 2. That's another heuristic you can make by, oh my god, I'm so stupid. Well, as they told me back, you know, this is fine. This is fine. If we just lose a little bit of damage, it's okay. At least we got the old growth. But as they told me back in old Las Vegas, the poker tables, whatever lays plays. So, so far, I am glad that we at least didn't set up mid. I had no real plans to set up mid. It was either always going to be top or bottom, but it's looking like I don't think there's any Scourge Shufflers here, but that's fine. Still think I benefit more from doing, I just don't need this Echo Bloom, I think. I can block this hit. What is your trigger? Siphon? Well, shit. But whatever. It's not that big a deal. I should use this on cooldown, really. The ability. Alright, this is positive. Unfortunately, we didn't get that thing out in time. I can do this, though. That protects you. We'll get this on, I guess, the one in the very back. Definitely want to heal. Put this up top so we don't redraw it. A little weird on the damage taken on Ascension, though. And again, if I'm having this much trouble on this, it's not going to be any easier on Seraph. I also need to make sure that I don't accidentally clear the first wave with my quick units, because I do need to take a hit on Sentient. That's a very important part that I need to remember in the savagery fight. Do this second block again here. I can always move one fly forward if I have to. Definitely seems like a good turn to do this. Probably should have hit that before that as well. It's okay. You can hit that guy. I guess we could do this. That's actually working out pretty well there. Keep in mind, I don't want to risk losing Husk whatsoever. I'm not too sure about this Pyro. I'm not too sure about it. Why are you not getting damaged here? Oh, because you're still dazed, right? This soul-crushing guilt is the shit. I love it. Alright, we got good echoes there. Let's give an echo here. Oops, I revenged. Whoops. Well, I think we'll be fine. These guys are never going to hit again. I'm glad about the soul-crushing guilt here. And the Glareminder, honestly, just filling every floor up with the echoes. Absolute cinema. Who do I want to daze? How about you? Because you and your revenge are bullshit. Therefore, you will be dazed for the remainder of this fight. Have fun with that. Oh, but not just you, Strix. Hallow, don't think I forgot about you. You also will be dazed for the rest of your short, miserable life. And I do emphasize short. Alright, you're all dead. I got no perma-scaling, therefore I will just not click anything. Though I suppose that was sacrilegious what I just did. You usually do need to let them know how much you had them beat, but even I started to feel bad at the end there. We're just absolutely demolishing them. These, I don't know. I did say Symphony of the Soul would have been enticing, but not when we're not going like full spikes and we don't have any armor. I see no reason to take that. Channel Song, really nothing as well. Unless I want to use it to get a steward to help Glareminder live. I mean, it would be nice if we can get Glareminder to live. I don't think he's going to live very long in the savagery fight. Nothing here really helps with that. Cycle of Life could be interesting. I just don't know. Calcified Ember, it's so expensive for what it does. It's so bad, but it is pink. And it is giving me something I might need. You know what, though? It just sucks because I'm so desperate for a heal right now, right? And we're not getting them. I mean, imagine how immensely better an Unleash the Wildwood here would be, for an example, right? I would even say pink spreading spores would be pretty enticing at this point because it does rejuvenate me. But unfortunately, this is why I was damn close just to duping the restore. You see my Sentient just barely living. That's what I'm a little scared about. And once he goes down, that's not good. Not good at all, because then my Husk Hermit is in danger of being permanently killed. I still don't think this is the answer, though. We can just simply use our money to dupe some restores if I have to. I'd rather zero cost it at least, or spell chain it or something before I do that, though. So I think we definitely take since we have the Pyro Grow, definitely draw. Even though it would maybe be nice to deploy a little bit more, like we could deploy those train stewards, but I don't know. I think I'm definitely just feeling the draw upgrade here. Do we go to the right? Because I already have the Husk as the main unit, and then obviously Egg is used up. But Glareminder is still vanilla and could really benefit from quite a lot. I mean, Endless would even be acceptable, but Large Stone probably the best, and Titanite. If I get any combo of the both of those, that'd be ideal. But just one of them is almost guaranteed. So I think Glareminder is like somewhat important with the Soul Crushing Guilt on holdover. I think I will actually do it, and I just want some removals anyway. Right there is Endless. It's the. I think I can take it and still afford the reroll, right? If I take Smidge Stone, it won't really help because it's like, unless I want to just not have Sentient, but Sentient gets me a draw upgrade, so it's totally worth it to keep alive. So we'll do this though, and I will reroll here. I should be able to afford in most cases everything that comes up. Yeah, only 110 would screw me, but I'd love to get a Titanite or a Large Stone here. Alright, Titanite will definitely be acceptable. Honestly, the 20 might be better here, though. Here's the thing. Titanite really is just 30 health right now, essentially. It's not exactly true, but it's basically 30 health. So I'm paying 85 for 30 health, and I could pay 25 for 20 health. It's already Endless, so... Endless is just not ideal, though. Large Stone and Titanite would definitely be better. Maybe I jumped the gun on the Endless, because honestly the best thing here would have been even just the 20 health plus a Titanite, because then it does sit around long enough for me to at least get the floors ready so that I can just Soul Crushing Guilt a few times. But I think because we got the money, we'll do the Titanite. And there's definitely some upside there. I could still dupe an Old Growth and put one on it, and then I can, you know, just a restore goes a long way to helping a Titanite unit survive, right? So, we got options. Let's get for sure rid of these Spear Stewards. Don't know on the rest. Gotta remember to play frickin' whatchamacallit. Alright, so here we get the same health. So, do I want Cultivate 3 or Spikes 25? Might as well just take the Cultivate 3. None of these upgrades are that good, though, is one thing I'll say. They're not actually, like... The health upgrade is the only thing that really was relevant there. Me getting Cultivate 3, I'm not necessarily getting revenged that much, and especially with my Quick Sweeper, right? Animate 2. We do have Silence, but I think we still set up bottom since it's Ethane. Maybe I should have put the Animus up top. I just figured might as well hit these Razor Edges while it's letting me. Alright, we'll do this. There's not much else to do here. I could do this because I'm like really not going to take any damage. Might as well Cultivate. I'll heal this back just fine. Go there. This guy is gaining some, but I think we do at least benefit here from getting our healing procs. I probably don't need to Echo Break here, though. I could put this here. I could do this also, since might as well get the Reap going on this guy. Might as well get some extra Echoes here. Why not? Looks like I can't take that guy out necessarily. Oh yeah, definitely can. Sucks that we won't proc our equipment here because of this guy. I don't know that I need Guilt on holdover for this fight. At least not here. I'm pretty much guaranteed to find it by the time I get to the boss if I don't play it. If I'm already killing this guy, there's no real threats left. It's just for a Thane I might want that, but I don't even think I do. I think I'd rather just draw heals, right? Or razor sharp edges. Gotta be a little bit careful because there will be the whatever you call it. Spikes if I incant, but I don't think I'll even need to incant. We'll see. Okay, if I can kill this guy, I should. Well, I could move this guy to the back then, probably is for the better. There's you. Yep, we're living. As long as I'm living, I'm not going to mess with the stuff here. I feel like here it's actually pretty good to not play cards. If there's a fight in the game that can take you from easily winning a fight to easily losing a fight, it's this boss. If you want to accidentally just pointlessly play a bunch of spells. Hello, Spikes. And hello, my fragile Husk Hermit. Ensnare's pretty good. Another Old Growth was something I kind of wanted anyway, though, right? Man, Ensnare is such a good card. But I just don't know that we need it. I mean, we are... I suppose those 500 health tanks, technically, we might have some issues with if I bottom deck like all my razor... I mean, well, I can't bottom deck all my razor sharps because I have many of them intrinsic. 2 of them at least, right? Yeah. I'm definitely leaning toward the Old Growth. The thing is, I can put that on the Glareminder, and then it's so good. And honestly, I'm thinking of duping the Engraft. I don't know. If I take the Old Growth, which I do want on that Glareminder, then I think I'm good to go. Yeah, let's take that. Return Soul. You know, it's not as good as it was in Monster Train 1. I feel like it's still pretty good, but maybe not here. I don't know. I wouldn't really want to pull anything out and have it consume. That was a nice thing about it before. It's like, well, at least you can justify it with the Ember reduction that it gives you, but with the Ember reduction gone, it feels much harder for me to be that excited about the card, especially when I got a deck like this. I mean, it's really good if you can, like, essentially use it to correct a draw order if draw order mattered. My deck just doesn't really care about that, I don't think. Like, draw order really does not matter in my deck. At least in terms of, like, playing the cards in some sort of particular order. I guess the only thing is the Soul Crushing Guild obviously needs 3 echoes. I mean, I'm very likely to get that, right? I guess there's some situations where maybe I have a horrible turn 1 where it's drawn turn 1 and I somehow don't get 3 echoes, but I don't know, with the Glareminder being deployed, that seems unlikely. Seems pretty unlikely. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think I need it. Could take the spike, I guess, but I'm just not worried about that type of damage. If I go to the right, the steel is completely useless for me. And I can just use money for dupes and the Vortex. I think maybe I want to go left here. I'm trying to think if these spells really benefit. Because obviously if we don't... The only reason to go to the right is for the free dupe. And for the maybe chance that Pyrostone Housing could open up the shop as being okay. But, well, it'd be a good shop. It'd be a really good shop if I get Pyrostone Housing. But unlikely to get Pyrostone Housing. If I go left, is there really that much good stuff with the magic, though? If there's not, then I might as well chase the upside of the right side and still get the free dupe, which I don't know that the free dupe is even better than 2 removals, since I'm Life Mother's Pyre. It probably isn't, but we'll see. I feel like I want to go left, though, because we kind of talked about we never got offered any heals, and we even duped the old growth. I guess we did get offered the engraft, and that was it. And honestly, yeah, I don't know. I guess I got the 0 cost engraft, which is pretty good. My thought was like I could go left just so I can get a restore down to 0 and maybe spell chain it. I mean, still there is like the chance of spell chain, right? So spell chain's really good. If we get Lightstone Casing, we could maybe like intrinsic the Soul Crushing Guilt. So there's still already the same like upside, depending on the unlikely artifact to get, right? Same chance of getting Lightstone Casing versus Firestone Housing. And then I don't know. In the case where I don't find that, which is the likely case, I think I got a good chance of finding some good stuff, particularly Spell Chain. If I can get Spell Chain, I think that's really good. But even Holdover and Graft is okay here, and then I honestly would be open to Hellventing it. You know, as long as I'm not getting too many of them, I'm thinking like 2 to 3 of them, then I'm still drawing like a full hand each turn, but having the 3 is like triggering the 10 health a lot on both my units. Also, it just makes it really easy to get. It doesn't hurt me at all in terms of drawing my way to the Soul Crushing Guilt. It technically does hurt me a little bit. That's the thing. It's not like you're still kind of down to draw the turn you drew it, if that makes sense. It does potentially delay you getting to the Soul Crushing Guilt, but it's very unlikely. We're talking like it just matters if it's like the one last card you wouldn't have drawn in the hand that turn, if that makes sense. So that's like a lot different than just well, I don't know, I'm getting on a tangent here, but long story short, let's go left. I can't explain my reasoning that well right now. You'll just have to trust me. There's just more upside, I feel. Winged Steel's definitely getting taken, I think. I'll think about it because can it bite me? I hate it when it bites you. But with it, that's another reason to even want the engraft, right? Because then it makes this Winged Steel that much better. So let's see what we're getting here. Okay, we have Holdover. Now it's like, sure, I probably want Spell Chain more, but this Holdover is absolutely fine, and nothing else really wants Holdover, unless Razor Edge does, but I don't think it does. The only other thing would be I could Holdover Restore. It just sucks because it actually hurts my draw, unlike Engraft. I think we just do this on the Engraft, and that makes it very easy for me to make a few dupes there, and very easy for me to take this. Priority's Cloak, this is like a never take for me unless I'm just absolutely rich. I think that's my problem with this thing, is like, it reads as if it should be able to do something amazing, but it really just can't. It's like, it wasn't even that good in the first game, but in this game, it's like, I don't know. Obviously, with my quick sweeping stuff, it's just completely irrelevant. But say I actually still was like in need of damage, it just isn't it. It's like the best case scenario is like you have some hollow unit or a sentient that's really damaged, and then you like unleash the Wildwood on it, and even then it's like what, maybe 200 damage if you're lucky. That's not enough to kill the tanks. It could be the difference maker in some really cursed seed, I guess. But I still would have real trouble, even at 390 gold, buying it here for that. Deepwood Oil gives armor. I don't think we care too much about that. I mean, it could be okay. It effectively gives me particularly more health on the husk without hurting it in any way. I'm pretty, yeah, it definitely works with grafted units, so, and then it just gives me armor on the Glareminder, which can help maybe survive the Seraph hit. I think we actually may want that Deepwood Oil, but let's go through this first. I'm not going to play into a Lightstone Casing, so I think I should go through this before I go through the artifacts, because I think we'll just have a better idea once we do this. I think Pseudo removing Echo Break is definitely something we do want to do. Permafrost, I could do that on a restore. The thing is, I have so much Ember that I don't know that I need to be doing this at this point, especially because like my, you know, we have those, the hold, we're gonna dupe the, I also should keep some money for the dupes. I actually think I should just start duping now. That'll give us a better idea. Let's get these removals done. Take my non-existent health. Okay, the stewards. I think I'm okay keeping the shield stewards. I kind of want to just remove Echo Break, I guess. Echo Bloom I could remove as well. It's not really that good for me. Echo Bloom should get out of here. Yeah, we don't need that. We have a Glareminder. Glareminder is the card there. And then I think Echo Break's maybe the next one. I could remove Proc. I think I might still want Proc. I don't know. I don't really need it. It's tough to say. I mean, if we have the Soul Crushing Guilt. If I keep removing pink cards, it does increase my risk. I could actually see just getting rid of the Proclamation. I don't see why we would need it at this point. I could help kill Dominion, but I don't think so. Yeah, let's get rid of the Proclamation. I want to keep pink cards to some degree. So let's see what if I could do the engraft twice. Is there any other dupes? Let's just double check. I could technically do another Glareminder, maybe. I don't think that's that good. I think the only dupe would be duping Soul Crushing Guilt, just so you reduce the chance of bottom decking it. I don't mind that, but yeah, I don't mind it, honestly. Daze just trumps everything in this game, so like, I definitely should dupe it once. Let's dupe this one more time. Now we're down to 130. Am I able to afford this? Okay, that makes that decision easier. And then I can't dupe again. If I reroll, it's just for -1 and a Surge Stone. I could just take the -1 here and this. So, Permafrost. I just want the -1, right? So let's just Permafrost that. And I can give 10 to it as well, I guess. Get a bigger heal, sure. Alright, this feels okay. We should definitely set up bottom. Glareminder might get one-shot by Seraph since we didn't do the armor thing, but that's okay. Alright, I gotta make sure to do this. Okay, one for you, one for you. Hopefully I can do something here, so we'll see. So, you're dying. I just gotta make sure this thing doesn't die. So it's at 128, goes up to 164. I don't think we're in any danger here, so we can do that just fine. Looks like you are dying here if I don't take action, and I think I want to take action. So we got, this is why we dupe it, right? We're just more likely to find it here. Now, obviously, I also want to maybe play Soul Cripple to root that. I think we're going to be fine there, though. With the Soul Crushing Guild on holdover, and it's double stacked, like, I can simply play it once on this thing, and it's not going to damage my pyre. So, I think it is more important that we just play this here. And that pretty much solves the fight. Soul Crushing Guilt, I'm telling you, just solves this fight. Definitely focus. Still want to focus this floor for sure. Now, we will hopefully just maintain this melee weakness in the back and never actually get attacked. Worst case scenario, I can fly those eggs in front of Husk if things get hairy, but pretty sure we'll be fine. This is where it's so nice to have Glareminder alive here, because I'm I'm generating back the echoes such that I'll easily be able to Soul Crushing Guilt this guy on the other turn. And here, since it looks like one of these guys are going to live, I think we can just maybe focus on Soul Crushing Guilting it. So, yeah, we can do that. I can protect Glareminder. Do I want to get another Echo here is the question. Because we do have this. I think we probably just want another Echo. I need to... I actually have not been able to hatch this, so yeah. Animus' speed, if I put it in mid, was just going to die anyway, so my hands were kind of tied there. Alright, Glareminder's living. We just need to make sure that... Here, let's do this once, throw one its way. That way I can do this here. That way he's not hurting me. Then we'll throw that one there, throw that one there, definitely throw that there, that there as well. Damn, we are not scaling nearly as fast as I... This would have been a reason to maybe look more into the thing. Well, hopefully we're able to do it with Soul Crushing Guilt. We might be looking at definitely some higher health, it looks like. Let's see. If I leak 2 tanks at a time, it's definitely a thing. I mean, I can do the ability, which will help a little bit. Definitely don't want this thing to hurt me. It's got days 1, though. If I do 100... If I can just get it down to 100 health, then it might be fine. Right, definitely playing this. We know that. Still a little bit short here. What about this? Okay, with that, we're better. So now I can focus up here. Maybe try to... Yeah, we're getting closer. If I do that... Why did that do, like, no damage? Oh, for some reason I thought it was Surge Stoned. Okay, that makes more sense. Well, I got both Soul Crushing Guilts. I may just use them up top. And we'll hit Seraph. Seraph will be bottom floor next turn. I mean, we're good to go. We're good to go either way. So 48. Yeah, we'll just 53. If I could get 10, huh? Well, do that. We won't get hurt here, and then I'll throw this one here. So we're make sure to have some health on this sentient. Oh, I could have put one. Damn it. Okay, well, whatever. Maybe I need to be more okay with just taking some higher health. I got to make sure I'm not dying down here. That's for certain. So this guy definitely needs 1. With that, I'm living. This guy, I just have to deal with this now. It really sucks that that is the guy living here. Like, I could just do this. It's like I'm going to take 6 from this guy anyway, maybe. I don't know. I just can't get enough damage on these guys. Still probably better to daze this guy anyway. So I can do 4, 5, and then I'm doing 6 per. So it's 6 times 4. 6 times 4, we got 24, so that'd be 63. I still need like 30-ish more damage, I don't know. I think we just take the 9 here. I can do that then. I think I really want to focus these heals here. I can probably, though, at least Echo Break here. Just because I'm probably going to need to daze another one here. Yeah, that'll have to happen. Did I not play? Okay, this ordering is weird. It's like, did I not play the other one? I want to hit this guy and this guy then for sure. So that's just happening. I can put you here. Then I can focus this floor. Do I need to put any more echoes up here? Because this guy's already dazed. This guy's coming back down here or here next turn. I think he's coming mid, actually. I think I just keep this going here. Alright, that guy's not a problem. This guy's not a problem. We should still do that on cooldown. Let's just focus this then. Oops. Do want to get that guy with a thing though. So for sure we want to play these here. Let's do this so I can hit you one more time. And then I guess we still just soul-crushing guilt here, so that I can keep it on holdover. I'll put this here. Alright, looks like we did good. Alright, I mean, I'm not saying I played that fight perfectly, I certainly didn't, but ultimately, I think I may not have had to take any fire damage at all if I maybe set the soul-crushing guilts up a little bit better, but, you know, for what it's worth, certainly ended up okay. We didn't actually take that much fire damage, and we're winning, so that's a good result. Not losing Husker in the process either. And this is a fight, by the way, with what we've been given, that where Dominion actually probably would have been a harder matchup, right? I would have had to think more about somehow maybe even giving up the multi-strike on our Husk to put an old growth on it. It's tough to say, right? But like the AoE corruption could be coming up an issue, let's just put it that way, and I may need the old growth on the Husk to keep it alive. So that's why I'm like not that solid in calling Dominion or Savagery harder. It's like they're pretty close. Certainly Entropy is much easier than them. I'm pretty adamant about that. Not to say there aren't some bad Entropy runs, like they hit you every now and then. I think we want to set up at the bottom here. It protects the Glareminder easier, and just deals with the Scourge Shufflers better, etc., etc. So that graft event ended up being pretty big. It's like that's a good example of why I think you got to YOLO at some point. I mean, we're being smart too, right? We're being smart because we're saying, well, no real reason to not buy this Void Armament before we hit the cavern, right? Because there's sequencing where sometimes one might be better than the other, right? One time it might be better on some event if you look at it first, and then you say, oh, okay, make a decision, and then I come back to the shop, and it's better, right? But in the case of Merchant of the Arms, I don't think there's too many situations where you benefit from that, right? Alright, I think we go Glareminder at the very top. We do want to proc this and hopefully get a steward in front of it when we can. I think this fight will be easier. The waves aren't as strong. And look at that, we're already top decking a soul-crushing guilt as well. We still need to probably put these here, actually, I think. These down here. I do think these should go here, though, because this guy's still not really going to be able to daze. Entropy cannot be dazed, so I believe immune to rooted and entropy is immune to daze, right? Exactly. So we do want to definitely daze this guy. And let's get some echoes up here. That way, if we want to, we can daze Dominion. We won't need it because we have 94 health, but, you know, if we needed to, it's there. Might actually be a turn to do that. I don't know, though. We don't want to daze it too early because we want to get our Pyrelights played for sure. Yeah, maybe in this fight, soul-crushing guilt twice is a bit much. I'm probably only benefiting from doing it once, if even that, honestly. Because now we're already at a point where we're killing the waves. And like we said, dazing Dominion does not actively help us, and dazing Entropy doesn't do anything, so we have maybe reasons to not play either one here, I guess is what I'm getting at. We can just play this guy out. Might as well throw that there while we can. Yeah, it's just, if there was a more convenient way for me to get 2 more echoes on this floor this turn, maybe I'd be able to do that, but I don't think so here. At least these guys are hatching. The icon, I think, is broken for the hatch, because it should be showing an exclamation mark. Should I put this down on cooldown? I feel like I should be putting this on cooldown, just to help kill Entropy. Entropy might take a while to kill. Even though we have a sweeper, but I don't know, we'll see. It doesn't seem like my sweeper actually scales that fast. But Fight Club's definitely happening. Yeah, I definitely got to keep Sentient alive, though. This guy's at least endless. It just sucks that I lose the old growth, but at least we already got him up to 90 health. It's okay. If he dies, he dies. We absolutely have to keep Sentient alive. There's, like, no question about that one. Okay, I could get another Echo on these other floors. I don't really need to. It's best up here, I think. Yeah, I think it would be best up here. Hopefully we can get out of this. Ooh, this is rough. Okay, barely living, Jesus. I was gonna definitely fly forward to preserve him, because it's like kind of damn important. So where should this soul cripple go? Does it go here? I mean, this guy's dying pretty well. He'll just naturally die. I don't need to, like, rush him. The main one I'm worried about is Savagery. If somehow my guys get cleared, Savagery is the thing that needs to die the most. I don't know, is that true? Entropy, maybe more. Maybe I should put on Entropy. Especially because, yeah, put the Reap down here where I often have a lot of pink echoes. Do that, I think. I'm wondering if I still should just fly the fly forward here. I don't really need these flies. I certainly don't need them as much as the Sentient. But we'll wait. We'll wait, I think. Yeah, we definitely got to keep her alive here. Let's do that. Let's see. Looks like we will need to fly one of these flies forward here. That's okay. We do want to daze this guy. Oh wow, you're just dying from corruption. Fuck. Well, either way, we want to fly these flights for. This is kind of what I'm talking about. Like if Ascension goes down, I mean, I guess if I can get these, I can have Glareminder die, I guess, and then come back in. So I guess that's fine. That was kind of one of the other benefits of Endless, I guess. Not really what I necessarily thought of at the time, but I think it makes us okay here. I still think I keep this Etherfly in the back, though, just to maximize the damage against the guy here. So I do want Glareminder to die. He'll just die naturally next turn anyway, but I probably don't want to take the pyro damage here. So let's do... I guess this. This fly is just going to have to die here, I think. 3 hits. Yeah, there's no world that it lives. Might as well just give some extra... I mean, I don't want this thing to live at the same time. I'm like, 15... maybe I don't heal it at all. I don't know. Maybe I should still do this. Yeah, it's probably good to let it live. I don't know. I want to daze this guy again. I might as well daze him here. Just to make it so I don't need to do it at other turns. Alright, Glareminder. I can just fly this one off. We can put it down. I think that's fine. Of course, I should have probably played that other thing first, but that's okay. Wait, why do you... Oh, no. God damn it. I forgot that old growth health gain is, like, attached to the equipment. I mean, this is still good. This is still better than the fly, but, I would have loved to have that extra health. For some reason, I thought the health would be, like, stamped onto the unit, but it's more like, I guess, like a BT blade where the stats follow the card. I could still maybe Steel Enhancer here is probably better than putting on the other thing. I could try to heal this thing back to health. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Oh well. I guess we put the heals here anyway. Do we need to keep this then? If this guy's already at 6 days and this guy's just dying anyway, we got plenty of higher health. There's probably no reason to be taking this. We just need to kill... We mainly just have to kill Savagery at this point, which is not super guaranteed. We gotta definitely... We have another get out of jail free card with the fly here. If I get into like an awkward situation with Glareminder dying and then a bunch of damage getting on Husk, but yeah, I don't think we want to keep this in a holdover. We want to hit Razor Sharp Edge more often and probably just the heals. I may just like really limit how much I play that. Or how much I play the, what am I trying to say? Wait, why are you dying now? What changed? Weren't they just all dying and then all of a sudden I'm dying? I'm a little confused. I don't know what happened there. Still taking a lot of damage. Is this guy really not dying? Well, Entropy is definitely dying. Alright, at least that dies here. I think I don't play that. This is thankfully, we probably want the scene to die. I still want to put the Steel Enhancer on it though, I'm pretty sure. And I might heal it back into health though, because So I'm taking essentially 15 damage, I believe. So if I heal this even one more time, it will live, which could be... It won't really be actually that awkward, because Savagery's dazed. It's actually... I actually do want it to live then. Might as well just do that. Right, that is taken care of. This guy we can just take care of other ways, I suppose, but we'll see. Just daze it, or just not... Honestly, we could just not care about it. I can daze, what's-his-name, at some point here, too. Still might as well put these here. Want all the echoes here this turn for sure. He's living. I think that's fine. We don't want to necessarily have to redraw him if we don't have to. Alright, next time he visits us, he should be dead. So as long as we don't accidentally have Husk Hermit die, which I think should be almost impossible, we'll be fine. And we got plenty of higher health to spare. Plus, eventually I could probably justify putting some dazed here. In fact, I might just do that now, because this guy's still dazed. And this guy's going to be coming up anyway. Yeah, I think that's fine. So, actually I got both dazed cards here. That makes my life even easier. So, yeah, we'll just put one there. One there. Now I'm just not even taking any damage. Do this. Do that. Glareminder for the win. I don't know. I feel like Glareminder is the unsung hero here. Of course, it's hard to deny the power of this Husk Hermit as well. I probably should put the health there. It doesn't matter. Alright, we got these, but this guy's already dazed, and this guy's going to be dead soon. I guess we could still put it... Well, actually, I don't have the echoes to do it here. That sucks. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Because this guy is dead. You showing X's on me? Because I'm 1 damage short here? Well, we'll make sure that's not the case. Oh, wow, I didn't... Oh, I should have played the other day's card, actually, because if I needed it... oh, that's a shame that Husk is going to die here, though, huh? I kind of don't want Husk to die after everything he did for us. Alright, good. He was dying to reap, which is why my floor was dying, but now we've pushed it over the limit. And now he's properly dying, because I didn't want Husk to be, eliminated from the death. That just didn't feel right. I know we were gassing up Glareminder, but really Husk was the true carry of this run. But Glareminder was like the Scottie Pippen, you know. Husk was obviously Michael Jordan. I mean, he's undefeated, kind of, in the finals. When Husk, when Husk is in the finals, he doesn't lose. But yeah, Glareminder was kind of like Scottie Pippen there. And I guess the Bogfly, I mean, you got to give credit to the Bogfly is basically Dennis Rodman. I mean, the Bogfly was like, oh shit, Sentient, you're dying, I'll fucking dive on the ball for you. So, yeah, that's our 90s Bulls team, I guess. We got Husk Hermit in at shooting guard, Mr. Jordan, and then, so on and so forth. You get the picture. Anyway, yeah, I actually like that run quite a lot. It almost in some ways felt like that is a run that could have been considered cursed if you didn't navigate it a certain way, I feel. Yeah, I'm trying to think. So, like, certainly the Soul... I'd kind of mentioned that Soul Crushing Guilt was nerfed in a couple of ways, and it's still incredibly good. And sure enough, it was in a lot of ways. And this card we could say is Tony Kukoc, I guess. Soul Crushing... I'm such a fucking idiot. Anyway, yeah, Soul Crushing Guilt was pretty good, though. And Razor Sharp Edge, certainly good. It's like, I feel like I was a lot more excited about Razor Sharp Edge in Monster Train 1 compared to Monster Train 2, because I feel like Razor Sharp Edge just that. It only did 10 instead of 12 attack, but still, you didn't have 500 health tanks in Monster Train 1. So, like, it felt like Razor Sharp Edge was a more guaranteed answer to your scaling, I guess, in the first game, whereas in the second game, it's not necessarily guaranteed scaling. It still felt like we were kind of slow in the last few fights for scaling our triple striking Husk Hermit up. You know what I mean? And for what it's worth, we're still getting, like, some cultivates here and there, and we have the follow-up damage with the bog flies, so it's like, it does feel like the Razor Sharp Edge doesn't shine as much as it did, but it still was obviously pretty good here. Without the Razor Sharp Edge, we're not winning that run, most likely, because it was literally the best attack scaling offered, so, at least of what we saw, right? Now keep in mind there obviously are other things we could have done. We could have, instead of dedicating Husk to being the sweeper that he is, we could have maybe made him a hybrid tank. There was a Titanite offered. I can't remember exactly if it was just only offered at the end. I feel like it was only offered at the end, but you know, depending on rerolls and stuff, I kind of forget exactly what the shops look like, but you know, you could make Husk into a tank if need be, if you really need to get some extra attack scaling, but it's just kind of awkward a lot of the time. I don't know. I don't find I still use Husk Hermit necessarily as a tank in a lot of my runs, but it is certainly fun when you can, right? And there's certainly some combos where it's more likely than others, right? This one, if we had, for instance, an Echo Infusion even, or two, or you know, just felt like we could buff the health up in some way, it would have been easier to go that route with Husk Hermit. We just didn't really get that in this run. But that's why I kind of mention it as potentially cursed, because it's like, it's not obviously fully cursed, because you get the old growth, you get the soul crushing guilt, but I don't know, with old growth, it's like, you still had the weirdness of how there just weren't many heals offered, I feel, on this run. And it really just the engraft from what I remember. Like, I didn't see any Unleash the Wildwoods. I didn't see the 2-cost heal. And even spreading spores as a heal now, right? Didn't see that. The only other one I remember seeing that we skipped was Wildwood Sap. But that's like, I don't know, not really that much of a heal. It does proc cultivates, of course, but like I said, it's arguably not even better than a restore. But yeah, long story short, I'm like, I don't know. The defensive options in this run, if you weren't really on the lookout for them, you could pass them up and never find one, right? Like if you somehow passed on this old growth or didn't build around it a little bit, and if you somehow passed on the soul crushing guilt, then I think this would be a very tough run for you in a lot of cases. Now, of course, maybe there's some other stuff I'm not thinking about that could have provided some defense, but for the most part, not really from what I remember. Mainly that soul crushing guilt was the big one, I would say. But obviously the old growth is equally kind of pretty good too. And then engraft, for what it's worth, as well. But, you know, it's like you could, I guess it's like you could maybe take the old growth, because I think it was relatively obvious to take the old growth from what I remember. But maybe you don't take the engraft later on or something, right? I think we also technically passed up a non-pink engraft. I don't remember what we passed it up for. I think it was a Pyrogrow, but it is worth noting we could have had another heal there as well. But I don't know, it didn't seem necessarily that good. But yeah, I've kind of rambled on and on enough. It was a fun run, because I felt like it was pretty narrow at certain points. And honestly, I think and even I would say, again, going back to like it could be a curse seed, it's like, well, if you did not properly prepare, if you didn't go to the Merchant of Arms on Ring 3, but B, even if you go to the Merchant of Arms on Ring 3, if you did not properly buy that Void Armament, before going into the cavern, then you could be screwed there as well. It's like you still would have the Void Armament at least in that case eventually, but it's an expensive card to get out, so it sure is nice to just sort of stamp it right onto that Husk Hermit. But yeah, I think if you don't do those would be like the key moments of the run. I feel like putting together the good cavern turn ring 3 is a big one. Making sure that you pick up the old growth is a big one, and the other one is making sure that you get the soul crushing guild. And then that's pretty much what I think wins you this run. And then you do also have to think about the razor sharp edge. You could also go harder on that, by the way, right? Because you are Life Mother's Pyre. There's a lot of stuff you can do on the run, but yeah. Anyway, you can try it out on your own though. Who knows? Maybe there was completely different stuff on the other routes as well that just kind of trivializes the run. Who knows? Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.